Hey, what is happening, you out of time, Onyx? I'm back with some Colorless Lugia. I said I was going to come back with an updated build. It was going to be a deck that I definitely invest a decent amount of time into, and I definitely have. And this is where I'm currently at. We're going to break it all down real fast here. Not only have I been playing a ton with Lugia, but it also has definitely become my favorite deck in this current format. Not just competitive, but just in general. Usually my favorite Pokemon TCG deck in any format is some kind of cool Mimi deck that is not really competitive, because I play so much of the competitive decks and play against them so often that, you know, it's just like, it's usually not my favorite deck to be playing a deck that I played over and over and over again. But right now, Colorless Lugia is by far my favorite deck, and really the big power boost that this deck got was the Mew EX. It's really made a huge difference in the way this deck tackles matchups. So I'm gonna go ahead, let's break it all down here. For those of you who don't know about Colorless Lugia, we're gonna go through all of it real fast here. A lot of you are probably more familiar with the single strike Lugia build than the Colorless Lugia build, but I think Colorless Lugia kind of reigns supreme right now as far as the battle of the Lugias goes. Not just like in mirror match. The mirror match is actually honestly maybe single strike favored, but matchup spread in the format. So we're still trying to set up 2 Archeops through the Summoning Star of the Lugia V-Star. I only have a 3-2 Lugia V-Star in here right now. Recently just cut down to a 3-2. Now I do have a lot of Great Balls in here now all of a sudden. I'm gonna talk about the Great Balls in a second. I get it. Great Ball doesn't guarantee anything. Nest Ball guarantees your basic. You can like your Nest Balls if you want. That's fine. I'm gonna Great Ball, get Archeops, put Archeops in my discard pile with Ultra Ball or Research, and actually get turn 2 double Archeops into play. You can Nest Ball for another Lugia V and use Read the Wind. That's up to you. I'm gonna do me, you do you. I don't need to hear it. I know you're already typing Nest Ball, Nest Ball, Nest Ball in the comment section. I get it. All right, I get it. Okay, 2 Lugia V-Star, something new that I just started trying. I might go back up to the 3rd just to increase the amount we see the card. Also increases the amount that Great Ball will actually draw into it. But if you compare it to like a Nest Ball build versus a Great Ball build, we do have more outs to Lugia V-Star through our trainer cards than we did previously, because of all these Great Balls were Nest Ball, or most likely just go down to like 3 Nest Ball and the Great Ball becomes something else. We do have less outs to Lugia V-Star in general, but having the 4 Great Ball definitely means we have more access to our Lugia V-Star overall. So I'm not sure if we actually need the 3rd Lugia V-Star, so I recently made that change. Got 3 Snorlax in here. This is the main attacker in the deck. This is what makes the deck function, to be honest. 150 HP, hit him for 180 with the thumping snore for 3 colorless energy. Just a great attacker. 1-hit KOs, non-2 prize Pokemon, 2-hit KOs, all the 2 prize Pokemon, and it's only worth 1 prize card with 150 HP. Snorlax gets the job done. Main attacker in the deck. For our other 1 prize attacker, besides potentially attacking with Archeops, which doesn't happen too often, we've got the Radiant Charizard, a super efficient attacker in the late game, of course. Once our opponent has drawn 4 prize cards, we can use the Combustion Blast for 250 for 1 fire energy. We don't play fire energy, but we do play the Luminous energy, which counts as any type of energy whenever it's attached to a Pokemon. But if it's attached to a Pokemon that already has a special energy attached to it, it counts as a colorless energy. So if you put your Luminous energy on your Charizard, don't put any other energy on your Charizard. You can't like Combustion Blast when your opponent's only drawn 3 prize cards or something like that by putting like a Luminous and a gift. And also, don't put a gift alongside your Luminous, even if they've drawn 4 prize cards, to then try and draw energy, or try and draw cards off the gift energy after they would KO your Radiant Charizard, because you won't be able to Combustion Blast to begin with. I made that mistake before. Learn from me. Only the Luminous. That's it. 1 Luminous to our Charizard. That's all we need to do. That's all we're gonna do. Nothing else. That's fine. But the big difference in this deck is the Mew EX, a new attacking option in the deck, but its attack is a little bit unpredictable because it copies our opponent's attacks. Besides that, it has free retreat cost and has the ability restart once in your turn. You may draw until you have 3 cards in your hand, so a little bit of a nice draw engine, but we really don't actually want to put Mew EX in play until we're actually attacking with it, or we're set up super far ahead. We don't mind if our opponent potentially boss KOs our Mew EX. So don't just go around benching Mew EX to potentially have access to the free retreat and the restart ability. It's not worth it because it's like a really easy 2 prizes our opponent can take advantage of. The genome hacking, though, is a huge deal for this deck. Any deck that plays Radiant Greninja, we can now boss up that Greninja, genome hacking to copy Greninja's attack and then do 90 damage to 2 of our opponent's bench Pokemon. Now, I know what you're going to say, but a lot of the decks that play Greninja play Manaphy. That's true, but if our opponent's going to go out of the way to bench Manaphy against a Lugia deck, we're also fine with that. That is also a fine trade-off. If Gardevoir or Lost Box or Chi Pao is going to bench a Manaphy to play around our genome hacking, I'm cool with that. Now, the matchup that this card is actually the best in is the Lost Tina matchup. Being able to copy Lost Impact to 1-hit KO a Tina is huge. Now, they could come back and knock us out with another Tina, but that's fine. That is like a huge pace-setting matchup trade back and forth. It's just a big deal. Genome hacking to 1-hit KO a Tina with Lost Impact is absurd. This matchup is... The matchup with this deck against Lost Tina is actually insane. They can't Star Requiem to Snorlax, so they have to Lost Impact through Snorlaxes. We get a V-Guard on our Lugia early on, so they can't Lost Impact that. And then Mew comes out of nowhere and not 1-hit KOs a Giratina V-Star. They're cooked. They're done. Get them out of here. Free matchup. 2 Lumineon in here, of course, because Lumineon is absolutely disgusting in the way it kind of functions in the Lugia deck. finds us our draw supporter for turn, finds us the boss's orders when we need it, finds us the hand disruption card when we need it through the Iono, and then also, probably most importantly, it can get us access to the Burnett's, and the Burnett searches our deck for 2 cards and discards them, which could be 2 Archeops, and then we evolve our Lugia V into a V-Star, and then, man, we're cooking 2 Archeops in play, and we're cooking from there. Also, another reason that Great Ball is kind of cool is Great Ball can find Luminion V, which is something that Nest Ball couldn't do. So now we can play Great Ball. Not only can it find Archeops, not only can it find Lugia V-Star, not only can it still find any of our other basic Pokemon that Nest Ball could guarantee find, but it can also find Luminion V, and then it allows us to use Luminion's V's Luminous Sign instead of just, you know, putting it on our bench and then not doing anything with it like Nest Ball would do. For the supporter lineup, like I said, kind of already went through that. That's all the attackers. Oh, wait, there's a Drapion V in here as well. Drapion's a pretty big deal in this deck. It allows us to beat Mew. We just want to be able to beat Mew without Drapion V, but it makes our Mew matchup just fine. It's got a solid Mew matchup as long as we have the Drapion V, which we do have. And then also, it's a big deal against Gardevoir. Really good attacker against Gardevoir. It's like basically the only way we can one-hit KO a Gardevoir EX. Now, we could two-hit KO a Gardevoir EX. That would make a pretty efficient attacker on our opponent's side, I think, to be able to use a Gardevoir to like KO through 2 Snorlaxes, or if they can go Gardevoir and then boss up an Archeops and then knock out that Archeops, that is really annoying to deal with. So the Drapion is a really, really good attacker in that matchup. If they are attacking with the Gardevoir EX, they'll probably have to put some damage on the Gardevoir EX, so we can slap 2 double turbos on the Drapion. We'll only be doing 150 damage at that point, but that's 300 damage to a Gardevoir that's weak to Dark. So as long as they hit themselves with their ability once, then they'll have 20 damage on them, we'll get the knockout. And if they're not attacking with Gardevoir EX, but it's on the bench, it still allows us to boss that Gardevoir EX up off the bench and knock it out with Drapion. If they throw damage on it, which they probably won't if we're bossing it up on the bench, then we will have to make sure we don't have 2 double turbos on the Drapion. But even if we do, hitting them for 300, it could get trapped in the active for a turn, but you're probably trying to go 2 colorless plus a double turbo to get the knockout with the dynamic tail. And one thing you make sure you don't do in that matchup, if you do that dynamic tail play, do not put 60 damage on an Archeops. I mean, you could, in some situations, it's probably fine, but if you do it, that does allow them to go Cresselia, knock out that Archeops, which can put you in a really bad spot, so don't do that play. Definitely a mistake I've seen been made before. Don't do that. Yeah, Drapion. I don't have the Weird Ear in here. I get it. I know Weird Ear is cool. I still have yet to have a situation come up where I wish I had the Weird Ear. Until that happens, I'm not going to add the Weird Ear. I also don't have the Luxray in here, but I actually think the Luxray is pretty solid. Really big impact card in the mirror match. Also really, really strong up against the Charizard Pidgeot decks. In that matchup, we don't necessarily fall behind in the prize trade, but we do almost always at some point fall behind in the prize count. And what I mean by that is we could have 4 prize cards left, and our opponent could have 4 prize cards left, and then we hit a Charizard EX, so there's a Charizard EX that we can hit next turn with another Snorlax and go down to 2 prize cards left. And then our opponent attacks with Charizard, and they knock out our Snorlax, and they go down to 3 prize cards. Now, we're still technically ahead in the prize trade, but as far as the prize count goes, our opponent has now less prize cards than us, and we could just win the game by knocking out that Charizard, then 2-hit KO and another 2-prizer. Or, to give ourselves a bigger advantage, we could throw a Luxray into play, throw a Reversal Energy on it, boss up their Pidgeot, and knock that out instead for 2 prize cards, putting us way ahead in the matchup at that point. So, I do like the idea of the Luxray a little bit more than the Weird Ear. Like I said, I played a decent amount with this deck. There's not been a single time that has come up where I was like, man, where is my Weird Ear? It's always been, all right, we're just going to keep attacking with Snorlax. But Luxray, I could see some potential, especially if the mirror match and the Charizard matchup get popular enough. Charizard's already like super popular on the ladder right now, so, you know, I might just slap the Luxray in there because of that. But I could also see it if the Colorless Lugia matchup, mirror match, gets more popular as well. It is really good when we fall behind to be able to have a way to one-hit KO a Lugia V-Star potentially. Because Lugia V-Star in the mirror match, if neither player has Luxray, is just the best attacker because it's the most energy-efficient attacker. If you attack with 2 Snorlaxes, and your opponent KOs 2 Snorlaxes with their Lugia, then you lose 6 energy. But if you attack twice with a Lugia to KO 2 Snorlaxes, you only lose 4 energy when your Lugia gets KO'd. Also, you have the possibility to like collapse away your Lugia after it takes a hit. So like, yeah, Lugia is just your best attacker in the mirror match by far. The other matchup where you do want 2 Lugia V-Star as well is the Rapid Strike matchup. You don't really need more than 2. And that's why I'm like kind of comfortable going down to 2 right now. Because like the only matchups where you need more than 1 Lugia V-Star is like the mirror match and the Rapid Strike matchup. So as long as I feel like I'm finding it consistently, I'm not going to go up to 3 quite yet. But as soon as I feel like, hey man, I'm using Great Balls a lot here and I can't find my Lugia V-Star, we're going to get another Lugia V-Star back in there. But for right now, feeling pretty cool with the 2. We'll see how it goes. Supporter lineup, already went through it. I do have 4 bosses orders in here. And I've thought about maybe cutting one of them for a Serena to have a little bit more flexibility in our Gust effects, but we're really trying to be Gus and EXs out here, to be honest. Guardy EX, Charizard EX, Pidgeot EX, 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 Serena, Gust V Pokemon. So I think I actually like the 4 boss orders, and I could definitely see cutting down to 3, to be honest. This is one thing in this list specifically that I definitely have different than a lot of people's lists out there, where I don't think the 4 boss is definitely necessary. 3 is still a decent amount to just raw draw into them. And of course, Luminion is always an out to the boss as well. But for those mid-game, early-game bosses, we really don't want to be putting the Luminion in play to be able to have access to the boss. That is where I've definitely felt the power of the 4 bosses orders. We just always have it in our hand in the early and mid-game. I don't have to put that Luminion in play to make like a big play happen on my turn. So I've been liking the 4 bosses orders, but I would definitely be comfortable going down to 3 of them. For the Pokemon search cards, of course, we have the Capturing Rumbles, of course, we have the Ultra Balls and the Mezagos. I've got the Great Balls in here. I've already gone over a couple of different reasons why the Great Balls are nice. And like I said, they've just been working better than Nest Balls, so I've really been digging the Great Balls overall. Now, one of the things that I always kind of second guess about myself sometimes is like, well, I feel like the Great Balls are great. They've been great, but I don't see anyone else doing it, even like other top players in the game. That does make me second guess myself a little bit and be like, well, if they're still playing Nest Ball, maybe the Great Balls aren't as great as they felt for me, but maybe they are just better than anyone thinks, and no one wants to really take the risk on a card that doesn't guarantee something. And I should just like trust my testing at that point. And my testing has definitely led me to believe that the Great Balls are as great as they seem. So I'm gonna keep rocking them. I've been loving them. Definitely recommend you try them out. I get it. They don't guarantee hit anything. Nest Balling for Lugia V can be important, but Great Ball finding Archeops to then actually get 2 Archeops in play out of your discard pile is also important. They got their ups and their downs. Great Ball feels a little bit better though. For the energy split, we got 15 energy right now. I've played with the 16. I'm down to 15 right now, and 15 feels fine, especially since I added in the Radiant Charizard. It's such an efficient attacker for just the 1 Luminous energy. I do play 2 Luminous energy because the risk of like discarding it early game, or maybe having it being your last 2 prize cards, feels a little bit too high to only play 1 when I am kind of like putting a lot of stock into the Radiant Charizard. So been liking the 2 Luminous just to consistently pull it off, and definitely felt like I had some excess colorless energy in here. I mean, if you cut the 2 Luminous, I was looking at 2 Therapeutic and 4 Jet without the Radiant Charizard. That's just like, I mean, that's just like a lot of overkill in those areas, to be honest. I have 4 gift in here right now as well, and I think I could probably cut down on a gift. I wouldn't cut an energy out of the deck, but I would maybe cut the gift to add like a second Therapeutic or something. Or if we do add that Luxray, the 4th gift could become a reversal, maybe 2 reversal, 1 Luminous. I'm not quite sure on that yet, to be honest, but the potential is definitely there for that one way or the other. And that's the list. Also, only 1 V-Guard in here. You basically only overset up 1 Lugia V-Star. You really only need 1 V-Guard. I don't know. I could see adding a second, but I don't know the situations where it would ever come up where I'd want it. So 1 V-Guard for now. That's the list. Let's go ahead. Let's get into some action. But before we do, I know you're asking, Azul, where did you get that dope Darkrai shirt? And I got it over at qualitypatchdesigns.com. Check them out. The best Pokemon merch you can find is over there. Code AzulGG will also save you 10% off. And they got this really cool thing where they take a card artwork from your favorite Pokemon card and they put it on a shirt. And if you're the first person to get that artwork on a shirt, they put a little first edition on that shirt as well, because you're the first person to get that artwork put on a shirt. So check them out. Quality Patch Designs, code AzulGG. And let's go ahead. Link in the description as well. Let's get into some action. Yeah, like imagine if they bench. That would be so cheesy though. So what's gonna happen here? Oh, but I can't bench Lugia V. I can't bench Lugia V and get boss on the same turn, which sucks. But like theoretically, if they go like bench Frigibax, don't bench Manaphy, and I top deck boss, I could go Mew, copy Greninja, KO double Frigibax. I guess that's like still worth the trade-off, right? I should just always do that. I missed a lot of stream, but have you already talked about 2 Mew EX versus 1 EX in Lugia? Not really. I just don't think you'd ever play 2, to be honest. I think whenever you attack with Mew EX for value, you basically win the game because of that attack. I'd have to play a lot more with the deck to come to the determination where I feel like a second would be worth it, but yeah. Maybe even a Thornton would be better at that point, to be honest. I could see like a Thornton being the better choice. Dude, come on, give me the boss top deck. Actually, to be honest, I wouldn't hate an Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball for Luminion for boss. Dude, this will be, come on. It's a good meme. Don't bench Manaphy. Let me top deck boss. Come on, one time. Oh, wow, worth it in Arvanzard? I don't think so, but I haven't played enough of the deck to know all the ins and outs of how much utility it offers. It's definitely not like a consistent factor, I don't think. But there's definitely some utility up against Mirror Match, and then also it's good against Gardevoir if the Gardevoir doesn't play an out. So there's definitely some validity to it, but I would say right now I'm not a big fan of it. Come on, pass, 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 pass. No! They were thinking about it. Yes! Come on, one time, top deck boss! Give it to me, bro. They want me to do it. They didn't even get the Manaphy. I mean, it could have been prize, I guess. But they could have got it off. They could have played that Irida differently, maybe? Come on, please! Yes! Let's go! Awesome. I love it. Dude. love to see it. I wouldn't blame them. I don't hate them. I wouldn't blame them for conceding here, but to be honest, this is definitely still winnable. I have a Mew in play, and that is it. So they probably shouldn't concede here, but oof, okay. The Lugia. We do need to get down to Lugia here, to be honest, to be safe, but I'm feeling pretty good after that. That was pretty sick. That streamer luck? What? What are the odds of that? I had 10 guarantees, 4 Great Balls, 4 Capturing Aroma, and 2 Mezagoza that could have gotten a Lumineon. So I had 4 Boss's Orders, 2 Lumineon, 4 Ultra Balls, so that's 10. And then if I had gotten Capturing Aroma Tails, Great Ball into Lumineon, or Mezagoza Heads, that would have all also ended up getting me there, so... So that would have all got me there. You don't need to... You don't need... They don't have backs? Well, I mean, they're going to bench Frigibacks, and then if they go double cross Frigir K on my lone Lugia V, then I lose. So I do need 2 back. I do need 2 Lugia down on this next turn. As long as they actually get a Frigibacks on the bench. That's kind of be the question, though. Can they get a Frigibacks on the bench? Otherwise, they can just like double cross Frigir me next turn. Should decks that run Greninja auto bench Manaphy due to the threat of Mew? If you play against Colorless Lugia, I'd say... I mean, it's still situational. It's still situational, but if you play against Colorless Lugia, you should definitely consider it, for sure. Topping Ultra Ball here would be crazy. Topping Ultra Ball is good, but it's not that good because I'm out. I don't have a double turbo on my Mew. So I actually... Oh, no, we can't get there, though. Oh, hold up. No, we can't get there, though. All right. I need another Lugia down now. I mean, we're going to play the Iono, I guess. I can also board lock him with the Collapse or bench lock him. Collapsed Iono. I might need to go into Read the Wind here, to be honest. So maybe I should just attach here. No, I probably want to attach afterwards. Also... I don't even know if I should play the collapse here, though, actually, to be honest. I'm not, like, a huge fan of playing the collapse here. But if I draw to an energy, I want to be able to play that so I can actually restart for more. Okay. Alright, Lugia V. Snorlax. Dude, this hand... Alright, my hand's not good. I shouldn't have played the collapse, actually. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I dislike the collapse play. I don't think it really does a whole ton for me. I do like being able to retreat to the Zard here, though. Yeah, the more I think about it, the less I like the collapse play for sure. Definitely doesn't seem great. But I do think it's correct to not have attached to Lugia beforehand. We didn't get the energy attachment overall, which kind of sucks. But if I drew into energy there, I'd want to be able to play him so I could draw more with restarts. So I think it was correct to not attach ahead of time. But that play is still correct there to be aggressive with that play because it like gives us. We just effectively have the prize lead before the game really starts. Right now from here, if we both play the game, they get back Excalibur. I get out my Archeops. I'm just ahead by 2 prize cards, even if they get the first knockout. And they went first, so they're likely to get the first knockout. But now they're just evening up the prize trade at this point instead. So we're still in a pretty sick spot. Our best top deck here has got to be Archeops, I think. Yeah, top deck Archeops is the play. Definitely what we're going to be looking for. And they can get the... That's what I was saying. Like, they could get a KO on my Lugia here. Or they could have got a KO on my Lugia here. So... If I only had 1. So that's why we want to make sure we got down 2. As long as I got a Frigibacks down. Yeah. I would have been... Yeah, I guess it was just never possible. Off the prize cards, we would have needed an out to boss or double turbo. And then the top deck would have also had to have led to boss or double turbo. Somehow, one way or the other, so... Vacuum. Well, I mean, to be honest, they probably shouldn't vacuum here. Because this now allows me to Lumineon and... Yeah, what are they... Oh, maybe they... I have 0 Archeops on my discard pile. No, the vacuum play from them is bad. The chance that I would ever boss KO... I just can't boss KO a Frigibacks with a 3-card hand with 0 Archeops on my discard pile. It's just not happening. But now that they vacuumed it, now I can all of a sudden top deck. Now I can top deck... Now I can put Lumineon in play for Burnett. And then... I can put Lumineon in play for Burnett. And then... also get 2 Archeops down. So it was a huge mistake for them to actually bump the stadium. They should have left Collapse in play. It was actually a mistake for me to even put the more that I've thought about it, it was a mistake for me to put the Collapse in play to begin with. So they're just kind of throwing there. I think I actually might activate the Pokestop I am actually going to use the Pokestop here. It's super important that I get the double chops in the discard pile here. So I'm going to activate the Pokestop here before I research. Because if I get an Ultra Ball, I can Ultra Ball away the top deck plus the Archeops to get an Archeops, a AzulGG V-Star, and then research. The Radzard, I think it's just good. Like, it's literally just a more efficient Snorlax at the end of the game. Because, like, for one Luminous Energy, it does 250. Oh, they're attacking with the Greninja here. Interesting. This lets me attack with the Greninja, though. So, actually, now, I don't actually need... Interesting. I could just go Mew. Oh, they didn't even put the damage on the Mew? Yeah, I don't know about that play, to be honest. I feel like they should have... Well, I guess no. Isn't that better, though? No, never mind. I take it back. It's better to attack with a 1-prizer here than a 2-prizer. Oh, I was thinking they were going to get the double cross-switcher play, though. That's what I was thinking. I just kind of assumed that the double cross-switcher play was happening. But obviously that's not happening here. So, Renat top deck's pretty nice. I can copy Greninja with Mew. Go after the Frigibacks. And then hit, I don't know, the Chien Power or something. Or... I actually don't know what the play is here. I actually have no clue what the play is here. I just KO the active with... But conserving Mew doesn't make any sense. No, but conserving my Lugia to respond to their Chien Power does make sense. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I want the Lugia to respond to the Chien Power, so this is always correct. Yeah, that always makes sense. That's the thing that makes sense. Conserving my Lugia to respond to their Chien Power is the thing that makes sense here. I do want to get a gift here in case I go for the boss KO. So I'll go KO. Now, if they do avoid my Mew, I'd maybe want to be able to copy Moonlight Shuriken again. So I could put 90 here. And then theoretically copy Moonlight Shuriken and go KO Baxcalibur plus KO the next Frigibacks they put in play. I could also put it here to make this an easier knockout in the future. But this play is so cool. I'm going to go with this play. Oh, no! Wait, no, it still works. I just have to put 2 Colorless Energy next time. I thought, for some reason in my head, it was 90 damage. But now it has 90 HP left, so I'd put 2 Colorless on it and be all good. Yeah, we're still fine. We're still fine. Yeah, so we can just go like this. This is fine. Yeah, in my head, for a second there, I thought I messed up, though. I was like, oh, 70 whiffs. But we can make the next Greninja use a 90. If they attack with a Chien Pow here and KO, what they should have done is they should have, when they used Greninja, they should have put 90 on this Mew. For sure, right? That doesn't ever make sense to not do. At least in my head, that doesn't make any sense to not do. Thoughts on Luxray and Lug? I already cut. I ended up cutting it. We just didn't use it ever, man. I don't know. It didn't feel like it ever got... I don't think it's... It's hard to say it's terrible, but it didn't feel great. It didn't feel great. I think it's good in Mirror Match and Charizard. Because it opens up a play against Charizard to boss KO their Pidgeot, which is great. And it's good in Mirror Match because if they get the initial go-ahead with their Lugia, you just respond to it with the Luxray. But besides that, it's just so awkward. I think you could pretty reasonably utilize it consistently in Mirror. Well, if you're going ahead in Mirror, but like it just being a dead card in basically every other matchup feels not good. And then also the reversals being effectively dead cards in most matchups also just doesn't feel good. So yeah, overall, I'm not a big fan. First shot for third. Yeah, they should have definitely hit Mew just to like set up the option to like KO the Mew later or something else. Even going like Baxcalibur KO Mew later would have been nice for sure. What matchups? Oh, the Luxray is good in Mirror Match and against Charizard, but also a little bit flat against, feels like everything else, which is the big problem. Yeah, it feels like it falls flat against like literally everything else. Seems Luxray is meta call dependent. Yeah, and I wouldn't even say it's meta call dependent. Like this format is just so open. Like there's never going to be a meta narrow enough around Lugia and Charizard that I think you'd ever play the Luxray. I don't know. Maybe it could get to if you're like predicting, like I guess Lugia could theoretically become a 20%er. That wouldn't like shock me. If Colorless Lugia became a 20% of the meta deck, that wouldn't be like the most crazy thing ever. So if you could predict that, or even 15% plus, then at that point I would definitely say Tekken for Mirror is worth it, even if Charizard's like a non-existent deck. I don't know. I guess right now Charizard and Lugia are probably going to each be like 10% of the meta. That's still 20% of the meta. I don't hate it, but it's so bad against like every other matchup. And I don't think Charizard's going to have a great tournament showing personally. So Lugia will probably do solid though. So it's hard. Luxray is for the local meta. Definitely good in the local meta for sure. 4 Luxray. You just go back and forth with Luxrays. Lugia Duraludon? Nah, no shot. Oh, you didn't know what MU meant. Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, MU means matchup. Sorry. I thought you were asking what matchups I said. All right. Oh, they did go for this play. Dude, we can actually do the play. Dude, we can do the play. Dude, it's so sick. I can't believe we're going to get to do the play. That's so sick. We just need to get a boss. I'm so excited. Dude, they actually get... Did they not see that we have the play? I just don't think they see it. They're like, oh, I can kill this Lugia. Let's go. Oh, they get to keep 3 energy in play. Okay, okay, okay. They're not like leaving themselves dead in the water. That's... I still really want to do the play though. Yeah, they're not leaving themselves dead in the water. Are they throwing? No, 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 no. I thought they were discarding all. I wasn't paying attention to how much energy they had in play still. Their play is definitely like fine overall. Okay, let me see real fast. Oh, I should have started with Great Ball, dude. I'm literally just trolling. Let me just get this real fast. Oh no, I should have started with using Archeops. I'm gonna go for the play. We're gonna do the play. So we just Archeops for... These are useless now, right? Yeah. No, I should go for a gift. Yeah. Then if they boss KO, I win anyway. So we do this. If they own on me, then I might want to draw to that. Play this. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with that sequence there, to be honest. That was cringe. Heads. Grab. No, that's correct. Grab this. And then... Ultra Ball away these two. I'm going to grab myself a... minion for a boss up the Greninja. We're gonna KO Baxcalibur and Frigibax. I have gifts on the active, draw out of it, bench the other Lugia. Play is just too sick. You can't not do it. It'd be criminal for us to not do this play. Evolve this one. Then we have the other one in hand. So if they boss KO this one, we have the other one here. And then we go Primal Turbo to put... If they boss KO'd an Archeops, take 2, take 1. So I should just take one of these and put it here. But if they actually boss KO'd an Archeops, if they boss KO'd an Archeops, that'd be pretty unfortunate, I guess. But actually, would it? They'd have 0 energy in play, or 1 energy in play, maybe. And I could like copy Moonlight Shuriken again to KO another Frigibax that they put in play. We could still like draw into an energy as well, or if we rip an energy off. Well, no, I can just boss. I have a double turbo left, right? I can just like boss KO still. Yeah, never mind. I have a double turbo in deck, I think. Yeah, because I Ultra Ball for Illuminate for boss. I forgot. For some reason, I thought. And now we drew this. For some reason, I thought I had to be able to like use Lugia to KO Chi and Pao. But if they boss KO and Archeops, I keep my hand. Ultra Ball goes for second Illuminate for boss. Yeah, we just win no matter what. Do they ever have like a... He's back, baby! Dude, have I only killed Frigibaxes this game? Wait, what else have I KO'd this game? Has it literally just been 4... Have I KO'd 5 Frigibax? 1, 2... Or Frigibax and Baxcalibur? I think so. I've literally only KO'd Frigibaxes and Baxcaliburs, right? Or am I trolling? I think so. It's literally been a Frigibax slaughter. Dude, this game was hilarious. This game was so funny. What the heck? It's a good thing they play 2 Super Rod. Frigiback still no Manaphy. I mean, they're kind of like, once they bench the double B barrel, it kind of made it impossible to ever put the Manaphy in play. Seal clubbing the game. Dude, they're gonna become extinct, bro. Frigibacks are extinct now. What the heck? Spawn trapping the Excalibur. Dude, this game is just too funny, to be honest. This one's hilarious. Manaphy probably prized. Or they just didn't think about the play initially. If they just didn't like consider the play initially, that's what I would have on my second turn. As soon as they put down double BDIF, it made it really hard to play around the play, to be honest. So they do see the correct play here, though. KO on the Archeops. But I mean, this game really wasn't that close to the end. We were always like way ahead on tempo, and I could have made some different plays throughout this game to probably have been further ahead as well, to be honest. But yeah, we were always like super far ahead on tempo in this one. This is a hilarious game. This one was so funny. No way he does it a 3rd time. Oh, bro, we got to do it a 4th. We have to do it, right? We have to do it a 4th time. One last time. Don't concede, please. Gotta do it one more time. Let's